Hey y'all, this is Cheryl and thanks for joining me for another digital scrapbooking process video. Today I'm going to be scrapping with a kit called 10.0 by Traci Reed at Sweet Shop, and I'm going to be scrapping some photos of my daughter at a gymnastics competition and when she was 10. So these photos are back in 2007. They're not great quality at all. I had a basic kind of little point and shoot, if I remember correctly. And I wasn't even taking a lot of the photos. My husband took a lot of these. I wasn't. I started scrapbooking later in this year. Digitally, I was a paper scrapper before then. So we had a little boy, our little boy Daniel. So he was little. He was there with us at this competition. So if I remember correctly, we, were trading off who was going to be keeping him busy. But the photos just for this particular double page layout, I didn't include any of Daniel in this. I'll have to do some another two-pager to go along with it. But these are just of her actually doing her tumbling routine and getting her little award or medal, whatever you want to call it. Um, she really did not want to do this competition. She loved gymnastics, but once she found out that there was a competition that she's going to have to be in front of people, she didn't like that. And especially because she didn't feel like um, she was really great. But I thought she did quite well. She was very flexible and um, she, could execute what she needed to do. So I think nerves got a little bit of her, but I was really proud of her. And after this year of gymnastics, though, her coach moved locations, and it was already a drive for us to get her there. So we ended up. She had some other things that she was interested in doing, so we changed out of gymnastics. So here you see I kept two photos that are in color, and that's her actually on the bleachers posing for me. I did take those two photos. And the photos of her routine are smaller and along the bottom because they really weren't good quality, and processing them in black and white really helped a lot, as did the three at the top right corner, and that's where she got her medal. You see her in one photo walking up to get it, then one where she's walking towards us, and I think her eyes are even shut in that photo. And then the close up is just part of her face and part of the ribbon. That's all we got. So, yeah, it's funny how as a scrapbooker over time, what you take pictures of and the quality of those pictures does tend to change. And of course, you know, that's been 9 years ago now. So just the quality of the cameras it's a lot better too. So I've placed three paper pieces of word art that are round at the bottom of the color photos. And I have them kind of like at a diagonal, and I've added the title at the top, and now I'm adding some banners behind, and I do have the little medal that's also hanging down too up at that cluster of the three photos. So it, I kind of have like three separate sections here, but hopefully by the end of it you can see that it makes a cohesive layout, that it does tell a story of her um, being there that day. So I'm just kind of playing around with some sizing here. I had added some enamel dots. I took them off. There's a gymnastics uniform there that I end up taking off because I don't like it. But I do like the rainbow floor mat. I really liked that. Now I do add these two white frames that have stripes. but I end up taking those off. And I'm just going to go with a plain white background because I'm going to add some pattern papers. And it takes me a few minutes to decide what I want to add, but yeah, you'll see it coming up here. And I kind of go back and forth because I'm not sure if I want to have that along the bottom. So I'm kind of trying to see if that would work out good. I'm not quite sure when I finally give up on it. Because even though, I mean, I'm probably going to end up being in a lay flat photo book, so I'm trying to make sure this kind of goes across nicely. And then I decide, my goodness, this is taking forever. So I move the paper up and I cut it to place there. But it still doesn't make it, it gets replaced with another paper. Now this star paper ends up being a bottom piece that goes across underneath the strip of black and white photos. And it's close enough for me to look like, it's okay if it looks like it was cut and put together like a paper scraps layout would be. And I did like the print in the center, but once I put this sunburst in there, it was just, that was it. That had to be what was there. So I end up duplicating the dotted ribbon and putting it at the top of the star pattern paper just to have some delineation between it and the sunburst paper. And now I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do my clusters. You saw the little gymnastics outfit, leotard was moved off. And so I'm just placing some flowers here and there. And then I end up doing some duplication of the flowers and resizing just to kind of bring them across the page. And then I add one star element to this top cluster on the right. And move a little bit of the title, and I think that's it. Yep, here's the completed layout. You'll see the left and right side. Of course, I added my journaling off camera. And I did my shadows off camera as well. Please give me a thumbs up if you like. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.